Alright, Star 2023 Algebra 1, Part 10 by Professor Alfredo G. Oliveras Jr., 11-11-22. For the quadratic function, find the zeros. Alright, so before we do this, let me get my pen here so I can start working in it. Wait, if you want money right now, Mile Marge is open 24 hours a day. Great food, great work, great boss. If you need money right now, get it. They have spots open. Anyway, let's say you don't need it. Let's do the Algebra 1 review here. Alright, so now, for the quadratic function, find the zero. So you have to set up x squared minus 4 equal to 0, which is going to be x squared minus 2 squared, because 2 times 2 is 4. And, well, you don't believe it. Got it, I understand. Alright, so let's see how that works. So is 2 times 2, is that going to give me a 4? It does. So it is true. You can use a graphing calculator like this. It'll help you. Anyway, from there, so you have x squared minus 2 squared equals 0. Formula right there. A squared minus b squared equals a plus b, a minus b. X plus 2, x minus 2. Set this one equal to 0. Set that one equal to 0. Minus 2 both sides, so x equals negative 2. One answer. Over here, add 2, so x equals 2. Second answer. Now, the zeros are negative 2 and 2, since x squared minus 4 equals 0 was factored into x plus 2 and x minus 2. Y'all see that right there? Alright, so that's it. After you do the review, you should go swimming at Mustang Island or somewhere out there. Remember, sharks say, hey, you want to play? Other things that sharks say, sharks always eat alone. And good news, your bleeding, peeling sunburn will not wake up the sharks. That's a good thing. And sharks never eat at night. So you can go swimming at night, 2:30 in the morning, a.m. by yourself. It's okay. It's safe. Anyway, go next question. Graph and find the x, y intercepts and vertex for the quadratic function. So I have some points that I'm going to try. F of negative 2, you got to put negative 2 there and negative 2 there. This is going to become this, and this is going to become 0 times negative 6, but that's going to be 0. Put the number in there, 0 there, 0 there, same thing. Simplify it. So this is going to be 2 times negative 4 is going to be negative 8. Put the 1 in there, right here. So it's going to give you 1 and 2, 1 minus 4. So it's going to be 3 times negative 3 is going to give you a negative 9. Over here, put the 2, f of 2. Put a 2 in there, put a 2 in there. So it's going to give you 2 plus 2 is 4. That's going to be negative 2. That's going to be a negative 8. And put the 4 in there. 4 and 2, 4 and that. That's going to give you 4 and 2 is 6. 6 times 0 is 0. So there's our table right there. Now we're going to have to graph this. Again, if you want to, you can use one of these calculators. That helps graphing. Alright, use a graphing calculator. Alright, now we have the points. So we need to graph them. So negative 2 and 0. Negative 2, 0. There's one. 0 and negative 8. There's another point. And 1 and negative 9. There's another one. And 2 and negative 8. There's one. And 4 and 0. So we have all our points from this. Now, once we have them in there, you can connect the dots. You'll see the graph right there. It's a quadratic. And again, you'll see the information is x-intercept, there they are. The y-intercept, there it is. Vertex is this right here. Okay, it's the lowest point or the highest point of your graph. Okay, domain is all real numbers. Means this goes on and on. Range is all real numbers greater than or equal to negative 9. See anything down here? From this way goes that way. Domain goes this way. Range goes that way. Okay, and that's how you set up your graphing calculator. And again, you can swim at night at 2:34 a.m. The sharks are all sleeping, so you can go have fun then. Chase Daddy, of course. Alright, next one. Graph and find the x and y intercepts and vertex of the quadratic function. Again, same thing. I'm going to put a 0 in there. Put some numbers. Put 0 in there. So 0 times 0, there it is. That times the other. So again, 0 minus 0 plus 8 is a 8. Put a 2 in there. 2 there, 2 there. That's going to give me a 2 times 2, which is 4. Minus 12 plus that. That's going to give you negative 8 plus 8. A 0. Put 3 in there. We're going to have 3 times 3 is 9. So that's going to be 18. And that's going to give you negative 9 plus that is a negative 1. Put a 4 in there. 4 squared, 4 times 4, 16. Minus 24. That's going to give me a negative 8 plus 8, 0. So I have a table and I have points. Okay, you can use a graphing calculator. I would suggest you do it. So now let's graph it. Right. Put the numbers in there. 0 and 8. It's right there. 2 and 0 right there. 3 and -1 right there. And then 4 and 0 right there. So now connect the line. The line's right there. The graph right there. Parabola. Now, next question I'm going to ask you is domain is all real numbers again. It goes as far as you want, left and right. Range is all real numbers greater than or equal to what? -1. Because at -1 it goes this way. So domain, this numbers, range that way. Okay. Again, use your calculator. I would. Again, you can swim at night, but do not wake up the sharks. Okay? Because the sharks sleep at night. Okay. Don't wake them up. All right. Let's go to the next question. Graph. Find x, y intercepts, and vertex of the quadratic function. Again, I'm just going to pick some numbers out that I picked. Put them in there. Put -2 in there. -2 squared means -2 times -2. There it is. And that times that is a positive. So 4, 4, 8 minus 8. 0. Okay, put a 0 in there. 0, 0, 0. That's going to be 0. That's going to be 0 minus 8. So it's going to be 0 minus 8 is -8. Put a 1 in there. Put a 1 in there. 1 times 1 is this. That's going to be this. So it's going to be 1 minus 2 minus 8. That's going to be -1, -8, -9. Over here, put a 2 in there. Same thing, work it out. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times -4. 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 minus 8 minus 8. Put a 4 in there, some number. So you have 4 times 4 is 16 minus 8. So that's going to give you 8 minus 8 is a 0. So we have a table. Now, we're going to graph it. Okay. Here we go. We have our table. We have our points. -2, 0. 0 and -8, 1 and -9, and 2 and -8, and 4, 0 right there. So we have x-intercepts right there, y-intercept right there, vertex, 1 and -9. Okay, there you are. That's you right there. So up there, the vertex. And the domain is all real numbers. And the range is what? Range is all real numbers greater or equal to -9. Right? -9 goes that way. Okay. Again, use your calculator, graphing calculator if you have one. Not get one. Alright, this one. Graph and find the x and y intercepts and vertex for this quadratic function. Okay, so I'm going to put numbers in again. -4. Put -4 there, -4 there. Simplify that a little bit. Now we have -3 to that. It's going to be right here. This is going to give you a 3. That's that -3. Put a -3 in there. Right there, right there. And this is going to give you this. Now this is going to be -2 times 0. 0 times that. Oh, 0. 0 times that. 0. Put the number -2 in there, here and here, same thing. Simplify this a little bit, give me -1. Simplify this, is going to be that. That times that, -1 times that, 1. Put a -1 in there, and here. Simplify it a little bit, you're going to get 0 times 2. That's going to be 0 times that, 0. Put a 0 in there. Again, put it there, put it there. You're going to have this right here, you're going to have this right here. So that's going to be 3 times that, -3. So we have a table now. Again, you can use graphing calculator. I would to do these calculations. So what's going to happen? Here we go. -4 and -3. Go here. -3, 0. -2 and up 1. -1, 0. And 0 and -3. So we have all the points. Graph the quadratic. This time it's open down. So let's see what we know. Well, domain is still going to be all real numbers. You see it? Still all real numbers. Now, what about the range though? Range is all real numbers less than or equal to 1. Because it goes up to 1, but then it goes this way. Okay, domain goes anywhere you want. But the range is from there, from the 1, this way. Okay, a little bit different. Again, use your graphing calculator. That helps. Alright, next one. Graph and find the domain, range, and vertex of the quadratic function. Again, I'm just going to pick some numbers out that I picked that worked out really nice. So I put a -2 in there. That's going to be this. -1 squared means -1 is 1, and that is 5. Put a -1 in there. -1 plus 1 is 0. 0 times 0, yeah, 0. Plus 4 is 4. Put another number. Put a 0 in there. 0 and that is going to be 1. 1 times 1 is 1, and 4 is 5. So we have points. We have some points. We're going to graph this now. Alright, so we have a -2 and 5. 1, 2, and 5. negative 1 and up 4, and then 0 and up 5. So the graph goes right there. Now, domain, all real numbers. The range is all real numbers that are what? Greater than or equal to 4. See right here, right there, this way. Okay, domain is this way, range is from right there up. Vertex, there you are. You're the vertex right there, the edge of in the ocean somewhere. Again, you can use a graphing calculator. I would do that. Okay, and Grandpa Shark needs some food. Here it is. There's Grandpa Shark. Alright, another one. Evaluate, graph, and find domain, range, and vertex of the quadratic function. Again, I just picked some numbers out that I like. They worked out easy. Put a negative 2 in there. It's going to be negative 3. Negative 3 and negative 3 is 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. Put a negative 1 in there. Negative 1, negative 1, negative 2. Negative 2 to negative 2 is 4. 4 minus 4, 0. Another number 0 in there. 0 minus 1, negative 1. Negative 1 to negative 1 is going to be 1 minus 4, negative 3. Put a 2 in there. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 minus 4, minus 3. And then another one, 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 4, 0. So we have our points right here. Table. But use your graphing calculator to do this calculus, okay? Now, put the points on the graph. So negative 2, 5 up there, and negative 1, 0, and 0, negative 3, 1 and negative 4, 2 and negative 3, and 3 and 0 right there. So we have x-intercept, y-intercept right here. Vertex again, there you go. And you're the vertex right here. You're way down there in the ocean swimming at night somewhere. Alright, domain, all real numbers this way. And the range is all real numbers greater than or equal to negative 4. See right here, negative 4. From there, what does it do? It goes up. So domain, any number you want. Range from there, up. Okay? And again, the Grandma Shark, there she is. She says, please, food now. That's all. Next one. Graph and find the domain, range, and vertex of the quadratic function. Again, I'm just going to put numbers in, and I tried numbers that worked out really easy. Put a negative 2 in there. So negative 2 squared, negative 2 there. That's gonna be negative. Negative is a positive. That's gonna be a negative. 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 plus 5, 5. Put a negative 1 in there. Negative 1 squared, negative 1. Negative 1, negative 1 is 1. That's gonna be negative 2. That's gonna be negative 1, and 5 is 4. Put a 0 in there. 0 there, 0 there, 0 0. 0 0, 0 0 5, 0 and 5, or 5. So we got points right there. So now, once we get those points in there, let's graph it. Here we go. Negative 2, 5. Negative 1, up 4. 0 and up 5 spaces. Again, we just have a y-intercept, but there's no x-intercepts here. Domain, all real numbers going this way. How about the range? The range goes from, the range is all real numbers greater than or equal to what? 4. From there, up. You see that? Range is all numbers greater than or equal to 4. Okay. Alright. Graph the quadratic function f of x equals x squared and g of x equals x squared minus 4. I just got some numbers here. I put negative 1 in there. Negative 1 times negative 1. There it is. 0. 0 squared. 0 times 0. There it is. 1 squared. 1 times 1 is 1. So negative 1, 1. 0, 0. There's the original problem. X squared is this one right here. Now, what's going to happen is when you put x squared minus 4, it's going to shift this graph. How's it going to go? Well, let's put the negative 1 in there. If you put negative 1 here, what's going to happen? You're going to end up with negative 1, negative 1 is going to be 1. You're going to get negative 3. At 0, you're going to get negative 4. And 1, you're going to get negative 3. So these numbers are going to be negative 1, negative 3, 0, and negative 4, and 1, and negative 3. So what happened to this graph? The original graph is here, but this one gets shifted down 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Okay? So vertical shift down, negative 4 spaces. Okay? Oh, another graph. F of x equals x squared. G of x equals negative x squared plus 4. Alright, same thing. The original graph, it's the same one. But when I put those numbers again, the negative 1, the 0, and the 1 in there, guess what happens? Well, at negative 1, I got 3. At 0, I got 4. And at 1, I got 3. So what happened to this graph? Well, it got shifted. Instead of opening it up, now it opens down. Also, this positive 4 here shifted the graph up. So it switched it, opening down, and it went up here, right there. Okay, or you can use the graphing calculator like this. That'll get you the graph too. All right, this one. Graph the quadratic function f of x equals x minus 4 squared, but the domain is restricted to x bigger than 4. Not equal, just bigger than 4. Or domain is all real numbers greater than 4. So, I just put some numbers. I put 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, put them in there, in this right here. Put the 4 in there, you're going to get 0. 5, you're going to get 1. 6, you're going to get 4. 7, you get 9. Using your graphing calculator. Now, at 4, 0, this is an open circle. That means don't include it. Don't include it. And then the 5 is regular 1, 6 and 4, 7, 9, that's okay. So the graph's going to go from here and it's going to go like this. A parabola. See the parabola here? But it's restricted to this spot right here. This way. Alright? So domain is all real numbers greater than 4. But the range is all real numbers greater than 0. Greater than, because you don't include this point here. Okay? Or you can use the graphing calculator. That'll help too. Alright, another one. Graph the quadratic function. This time, f of x equals x plus 2 squared with domain is less than, x is less than negative 2. Or domain is all real numbers less than negative 2. Again, I'm going to pick some numbers like negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2. Put them in there. So negative 5 in there, you're going to get 9. You're going to get 4. You're going to get 1. You're going to get 0. Again, this is open. Negative 2, 0 is not included in there. So it's an open circle. And it's going to go, and what is it? Negative 5, 9. Negative 4, 4. Negative 3, 1. And then it's negative 2, 0 right there. But it's open. So domain is all real numbers less than negative 2. And the range is all real numbers greater than 0. See that right there? Greater than 0. Another one. Again, you can put this in the, I'll put this in the graphing calculator because these numbers are like lots of decimal numbers. So put this in the graphing calculator, and you can put, and I put numbers. I tried these numbers here. I put the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I ended up with these numbers right here. Once I got those numbers, and I put the points, connected the points, and I got my parabola. Again, does it have a x-intercept right here? Does it have a y-intercept right here? Right there. Does it have another x-intercept right here? Yeah, see it? And vertex is going to be this number here. 3 and negative 2.25 right there. There's a vertex right there. The low point. Okay? Again, use your graphing calculator helps. F of x equals x squared. Graph h of x equals f of x over 3. Parentheses. Rewrite this as there's x squared. Put it in there. Which really means this right here. That's what we're going to graph. And x squared is that graph again. The original graph. There it is. It hasn't moved. But when I put these other numbers in there, when I put the negative 3 in there, and I put the 0, and I put the 3, I ended up with these answers right here. So at negative 3, it's 1, negative 1. At 0, 0. And at 3, it's negative 1. Again, I would use the graphing calculator right here. Original 1 and negative parentheses x over 3 squared. Alright. F of x equals x squared was translated 4 units to the right to make a g of x. Okay, it's the opposite of what you're thinking. It's to the right, you do negative 4 because what's the original problem? There it is, x squared. But if you put this negative 4 in there, what's going to happen when you get the points? You're going to get 3, 1, 4, 0, 5, 1. And guess what? It's going to be over here. It's going to be 3 and 1, 4 and 0, and 5, 1. See how it's translated what? To the right. How many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Okay. Here it is. F of x equals x squared. Then if g of x equals f of x minus 4, what would that be? Well, put the x minus 4 in there. There it is. X minus 4 squared. And guess what? It looks just like the one we did. This is the original problem. And when you put the numbers in there, the 3, 4, 5, you're going to get this answer. So 3, 1, 4, 0, and 5 and up 1. So this graph's going to be moved this way. 4 spaces to the right. Horizontal shift. Is it? Yeah. This one. Alright, this one. F of x is x. That's it. So what happens when you go f of x minus 2? Well, f of x minus 2 means you're going to put g of x equals f of x minus 2, which is x minus 2. So that means it's just going to shift the opposite of this. So it's a negative 2 is going to go what? positive 2. So now it's going to go this way. It's going to go, here's the graph. This graph right here is going to go shifted this way. 2 spaces. That's all it's going to do. Okay, you can use the graphing calculator. Okay. Or f of x equals x squared. What is f of x plus 4? Okay, so put x plus 4 squared. Again, what does it do? It does the opposite of this right here. See this right here? It's going to do the opposite of it. Oops, I mixed those up. So it's going to go this way. Okay. F of x equals x. F of x plus g of x equals f of x plus 2. So what's going to happen is you're going to go f of x plus 2. X plus 2 is going to go the opposite of this. It's not going to go positive 2. It's going to go what? To the left 2 spaces. That's it. We're done. We're done. Alright. And that's it. I guess we're done. Huh? Is that it? What? What is this? What is this? Yep. You finish this up. Go on vacation. Get your support out. Go to Mustang Island or Hawaii if you got a lot of cash. Watch out with the math monsters, but we know math, so it doesn't scare us anymore. This guy's, nah, they're not scary. This guy's, nah, they're not scary either. Whoa, 157, nope, not at all. Giant ones, nah, they're not scary. Algebra 1 is more scary. How about 2 more of these guys? Nah, they're not scary either. Anyway, thank you. Good luck. This is Professor Alfredo Galvez. Bye. Later, later, later.